What's the deal, pickle? Is everything kosher? Welcome to Machiavelli Mills TV. Right now, I am super excited. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I'm geeked. I'm thirsty. I can't wait for Saturday night to get here because I can't wait for these brawls to go down. First of all, I'm excited for Anthony Durrell versus David Benavidez. We got the super middleweights getting into action, and I'm thirsty for that fight. I'm clamoring for that fight. I really want to see what's going to go down. I've been watching the back and forth banter between these two gentlemen. Got respect for both of them as well. David is a rising star, so people are expecting the younger David Benavidez to take advantage of Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell feel like he got something to prove. Absolutely. So I think it's going to be a great showdown. Then we got the main event. Showtime Shawn Porter versus Errol the Truth Spence Jr. I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. I'm a huge Errol Spence fan. I don't know, man. I resonate with Errol. I recognize that energy from anywhere. That cool, calm, and collected, quiet assassin energy. I respect that. And he's a dog. Like, I can see it in his demeanor. He's very humble, classy when it's time. Real classy dude. But when it's time for war, it's time for war, and he mean business. And I respect it. He mean business, not business. He mean business. And I can respect that all the way. Seriously. My boy Errol always looked like he tired and looked like he's sleepy, but that's just how he look. He a killer. And I believe that. And you know what, man? Like, I think this is gonna be, this will be a defining moment for Errol Spence Jr. if he's able to defeat Shawn Porter. Why? Because Shawn is a very experienced welterweight. Very experienced. He has fought everybody. He will fight anybody. The only person he ain't fought is Manny Pacquiao, really. And Terrence Crawford. He will fight any and everybody. It don't matter. And for that, I got a lot of respect for him. He got some good wins. You know, beat up on Andre Berto, beat Adrian Broner, beat Danny Garcia. Had a nice showing against Keith Thurman. Very close fight against Ugas. But Yordenis Ugas is tough. You know, some people feel like he's lost, but still, he got the decision, kept his belt. So he got some good fights, man. I really respect Shawn. But because of his experience, people will say, look, Errol, you beat a true welterweight, a guy who's been in there with everybody, a rough and rugged guy, and you showed us that you can beat a seasoned welterweight. So I think this is a very important fight for Errol. And I think if he wins this fight in astounding fashion, if he blows Shawn out the water, I really think his stock will rise and the respect will come for him. Because although he beat Kell Brook, and I think you got to give him a lot of respect. The man went over to Kell Brook backyard over there in the UK, got his belt, gangstered the belt and brought it back home. And he was in a tough fight, man. Kell Brook is no slouch. Kell is much more skilled than Shawn, no doubt. But I feel like Shawn got a better resume in a welterweight division. And I just think he's more seasoned in the welterweight division. And people don't want to give Errol his props for beating Kell because they feel like, he came back down from 160 and Gennady Golovkin beat up on him and broke his eye socket and you got a drained Kell Brook, so that don't count Errol. But Errol showed me a lot in that fight. He showed me he was a dog because he had to dig down and get into close quarters and bang with Kell and outwill him for real. Because when he was fighting on the outside, he was getting countered, even when he was using that jab that he uses so effectively and he obliterated Mikey with. He neutralized Mikey with that jab. He was getting countered by Kell Brook. And he brought it into close quarters and he was willing to dig deep and outwill that man and got the stoppage. And I was like, damn, that young boy, that's a bad young dude, man. And that's when I'm like, Errol, I'm excited for Errol and I like the way Errol fights. A guy that is technically sound, but he got pop. He got pop and he'll take you down. Now, he's not a one-punch power guy, but he is an accumulation puncher. When he get enough punches in on you, it builds up and it's going to hurt and you're going to get that stoppage. For me, and he going to get that stoppage, I'm sorry. For me, the way for Shawn Porter to win this fight is to fight on the inside and fight into close quarters. We all know that Shawn is a rough and rugged fighter. A lot of people call him a football player. People try to use that to slight him. They say, you know what, he dirty. Errol has even called Shawn dirty. You know what? I feel like if it works, keep using it. Use what works for you. That rough and rugged style is what has gotten him so far. He's used that style to edge out guys. And he showed boxing ability as well. But he's used that style to outwork guys like Danny Garcia, or Adrian Broner. He's used that style to even make a good fight, a good showing with Keith Thurman. So he gonna need that seriously. But one thing that's for sure is that Errol is blessed with great body punching. Great, he has a sustained attack to the body, and I love it. It's beautiful to watch for me because I love the body punches. I feel like that's something that the game been missing in the boxing world, been missing, and I love watching it, man. But I really don't think that Shawn is technically sound enough to take advantage of Errol on the inside. I just don't. I don't think he's not skilled enough to outslick Errol, to make him miss, or to make them punches slide off. He's not a skilled Mikey Garcia type of guy. So Errol's going to be willing to go into the deep waters with him and get into a dogfight with him. And I think eventually that will wear Shawn down. One thing about Shawn though, I ain't never seen Shawn hurt before. Like really, really hurt. I ain't never seen him really hurt. He been dropped, but I never seen him really hurt. Seriously. Nobody has ever stopped Shawn. If Errol Spence Jr. stops Shawn, oh my Lord. It's gonna make his resume more solid. And you have to respect it at that point, man. You gotta respect it. Like I said, he ain't been hurt. He ain't really been hurt. So if Errol is able to hurt Shawn, you gotta tip your hat to the man. And Shawn really, I gotta give it to Shawn, man. I've been watching the back and forth interviews. Shawn is very witty, as we know, and that's what Kenny Porter say. You know, he said Errol not really quick-witted like that. You know, but he's a very intelligent brother. He's very witty. He got good comebacks, even in the face-offs and in the interviews. I like how he's coming, and Shawn not scared of Errol. And I think that's one thing that will bode well for him. He's not afraid of him. But you ain't got to be scared of a guy to get hurt or get taken out either. But I give it to Shawn, not scared. He's not scared. So that means he's going to be willing to mix it up with Errol and to make it a very, very physical fight. If need be, well, it will need to be physical. I don't see him outboxing him or boxing him from the outside at all. So I like the confidence from him. And Shawn been doing a lot of interviews, man. Shawn been everywhere. Rich Eisen. He been on Colin Cowherd's show. I feel like Shawn been getting more big interviews than Errol. Maybe because Errol turns it down because Errol's not. He do interviews, but he ain't trying to do too much. But PBC, they got them out here on a interview spree. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna go like this. I think it's gonna be rough and rugged. I think it's gonna be action packed. I think that, you know, Shawn. I like Shawn, man. I don't want y'all to think I like Shawn for real. I am in the belief that Errol Spence is special. I really do. I really think Errol is special. And I think that Kenny Porter also he know that too. Because they got a lot of respect for Errol. At first I was like, yeah, this is a little bit too much respect you going into war with him, because Kenny was throwing out compliments back and forth about him. I'm like, damn, Errol not your son. Shawn is. But, you know, if you know their background, you know, training and all of that, Olympic times and all of that, you know how far they go back. So they got rapport with one another. But Errol, like, listen, that ain't my homeboy. That ain't my friend. We ain't grow up together. So it is what it is. It ain't hard for us to fight. We gonna get it in. Yeah, man. So I think it's gonna make for an interesting bout. But again, I just think this is one thing too I'll say about Errol, man. Errol does not tire out. Like, he really doesn't really tire out like that. His stamina and conditioning is great. Some people feel like he tired out against Mikey. He threw over 1,000-something punches, but to throw over 1,000-something punches show you got some stamina about you. You got good conditioning. Seriously, that's a lot of punches. But I feel like he don't wear down. He don't get tired, and I think he's willing to go to. If he got to bang with Shawn, he gonna get enough. He's gonna get in close quarters and mix it up with him, and I think he's gonna get the better of those exchanges. And I think by the time the later rounds come, round 10, round 11, I think a stoppage may happen. Not from one punch, but an accumulation of punches. I think that the accumulation of punches will wear Shawn down, like it wore Kell Brook down. And I think I think he's gonna get the late stoppage. If not the late stoppage, I think he'll win by unanimous decision. But I think it'll be a good showing from Shawn. I think Shawn's gonna have his moments. I really do. But I think that he's gonna be the victor, and I think he's gonna win in exciting fashion. I think he's gonna put on a good showing because at the end of the day, Errol know what's on the line. He know if he take out Shawn in good fashion, he might potentially have that fight with Manny Pacquiao next. That's what he really want. He want to fight Pac-Man next. And first of all, let me say this. I'm tired of y'all. See, look, this is the thing. I respect Manny. Manny is an absolute legend. Look at he beating young dudes still at 40. Beat Adrian Broner. Beat up Keith Thurman. At 40, he's still putting on great fights and still got the man. Manny's still cold with it, man. He still got them quick hands, man. Still cold with it. But Manny Pacquiao fans act like his super fans. They act like somebody like Errol shouldn't want to fight Manny. Like, he picking on Manny, picking on the little guy. Why don't he move up? No, because y'all want him to fight Bud too. So, no, he's not too little for this division. Manny got a belt. As long as Manny got a belt, people going to be coming for Manny's head. If you smart, you'll want to fight Manny. Especially if you believe in yourself like Errol does, why wouldn't he want to fight Manny? It's a huge payday. Manny is a star. It's great to have on your resume for a win. But most importantly, that would be a great fight for Errol's legacy. And Errol's a really, in fight time, they agitated from not eating. They be having back and forth banter and all of that, but he respects Manny. Errol's a humble guy. Manny Pacquiao fans, if you win, if he puts on a great showing and dominates against Manny, and they feel like he's respectful of the legend Manny Pacquiao, Manny's fans will come over and translate to the Errol Spence side. And Errol know. He gets some more fans like that, oh my God, he is box office. Errol is trying to be box office while collecting the belts. By the time he want to collect 3 belts so that he can be the big box office guy by the time he fights Terrence Crawford in hopes of being the A side for the bigger money. Now, a lot of people, and I feel like Terrence is more skilled than Errol. A lot of people feel like Terrence is more skilled than him. He's going to be higher on the pound for pound list due to his skill. But as of right now in the welterweight division, Errol has a better resume than Terrence. So he want to push his weight around. He want to, what's the word I'm looking for? He want to flex a little bit, flex his power. Like, look, okay, I'm the guy. I got all the belts. So I'm going to be the A side. And I'm going to get more bread. And he wants that to solidify him to get the bigger bread in that fight because he know this is a legacy fight and anything can happen in a fight with him and Terrence Bud Crawford, who I respect tremendously. For real. But he want to fight that Manny Pacquiao fight. And I don't think people should look at him crazy for wanting that fight. Why wouldn't you? Manny got a belt. Long as he got a belt, people going to come for that belt, y'all. Maybe it's not the guy you want Manny to fight. Maybe it's not the guy you feel like is best suited for Manny's style. Some of y'all feel like Manny would obliterate Errol Spence. We shall see. But why shouldn't Errol aspire to want to fight a legend? Why shouldn't he aspire to want a legend on his resume? Any fighter with common sense who believes in himself, they will want to fight Manny. Why wouldn't you want that payday? Why wouldn't you want the transfer of the fans from Manny fans to come to your side and be a bigger star? Why wouldn't you want that? Errol and Manny's still beating up young dudes. He still can fight. Ain't nobody picking on him. Let's go. So I respect that, man. I'm not mad at that. I would love to see Errol and Manny fight. Truthfully, after this fight, I would love to see that. Then we will see Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And that's going to be the big showdown, baby. Like, that's going to be something. Like, everybody going to be glued in front of their TV to watch that fight. That's going to be like Manny. It's going to be like Floyd and Manny. Hopefully their profiles will rise by that point. I'm hoping. Because it's like, they haven't reached the heights that Manny and Terrence Crawford had, not Terrence Crawford, that Manny and Floyd had reached at that point. Like, at that point, they were at the pinnacles of the game. And the fight was just marinating for so long that people was like, man, they achieved legendary status. Both of them in their own right. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are trying to achieve legendary status, although Terrence was already undisputed at the 140 division. But right now, he's in the welterweight division, Errol is trying to be the undisputed guy. He's on a quest to collect all the belts. So I ain't mad at that, dog. Get your bread. Make your status higher, dog. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Truth. I ain't mad at you, man down. But I think this is gonna be a highly entertaining fight. But at the end of the day, see again, if Shawn was blessed with if that one punch knockout power like Deontay, if he had that dynamite, that cinder block in his right hand, like Deontay, I would say, you know what? I would be like, man, in this case, maybe skills don't matter, but I think in this case, Errol's skills do matter, and you saw how effective he can be with that jab. You saw he's not just a guy that can bully people with his weight and throw his weight around. He's not a guy that's just gonna walk you down. No, no, no. The man got pure boxing skill, and he showed that against a great boxer like Mikey Garcia. So, and I know Shawn ain't Mikey. He's an actual welterweight, a true welterweight. But Shawn isn't as skilled as Mikey either. So it's gonna be a great, entertaining fight. But I got Errol Spence Jr. by stoppage, 10th or 11th round. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.